In today's project overview, we're going to take a look at this Meowy Christmas ornament. It's 4 inches across, and it comes with an optional stand and an optional storage case. Let me first start with a general overview, and then I'll show you how it goes together and give you a few tips and tricks. So first of all, the design comes with the optional box, and we'll talk about that at the end. Here's what the design looks like when it's finished. I've got the Meowy Christmas there glued up on the top, and then we've got 5 layers here, and the little cat sitting in the windowsill. And you see in the background we've got Santa Claus going through the sky in the back there. I painted these all with my Craftsmart oil-based paint pens. I got these at Michael's craft store. You can probably get them other places as well. And there's other brands like Sharpie and some other ones out there as well as these. I like these because they have a chisel point on them, and I find that that's a little easier to work with myself than the rounded points, but that's my personal preference. That's what I use to color these with. This is 4 inches across. It's a 4-inch circle, and I made all of this with MDF. Again, you can use whatever materials you like. And it comes with a hook at the top so you can hang it on your tree. And there's also an optional base that you can put just like that, it can stand up on as well. You will have to adjust this base based on what material thickness that you use. So the one that I included may or may not work well for you depending on your material, but it's super easy to adjust. So that's what that looks like. So let's put this off to the side, and we'll go over the different layers here. It's really quite simple, and I think you'll really enjoy making them. So I'll just separate these all so we can look at them. I'll drop the cat a few times. So here's all of the different layers here. The top layer is the window frame itself. Well, technically the top layer is the cat. And I just glue it right in here like this. And I use, in fact, let me go grab it for you. This is my favorite glue that I use for everything. Loctite GO2 or GO2. I'm not really sure. I've never said it out loud. But this is the glue that I use for everything, and I really like it a lot. So if you need some, you can grab it at your local Lowe's, or you can get it at Amazon like I do, just so I don't have to think about it and it just shows up to the house. Yay, I love Amazon Prime. So back to the cat. You can just glue the cat right there, paint him whatever color you want. Here's the front window frame. And then the next one is this one here, the single tree in the foreground. Line up just like that. The next one is the couple trees with the deer there. Just like that. Followed by the mountains. And if you'd like to, you can stop right here because this would look really great all by itself. If you'd like, though, you can add the last layer with Santa, and you can make him on clear acrylic like I did in the sample here. Bring that back again just to remind you. If you want to do that with clear acrylic, you can definitely do that. And you'll want to engrave it on the back so that I just think it looks a little smoother that way if you engrave it on the back. And just make sure he's pointing the way that you want him. So you might flip him around depending on which direction you want him to face. Or you can do it like this, and you could paint this back piece blue or something like that. Just remember that this engraving is going to be dark. So if you paint this dark also, it's going to be a little hard to see it. So you want something contrasting. But that's what it looks like when you put all the layers together. And really pretty much the only tip that I want to tell you on this one is to make sure that this vertical piece of the frame is lining up with this hole on the top. In other words, don't do it like that, or like that. Just make sure you line it up straight with the hole so that way it looks like it's hanging straight. All the rest of it is pretty forgiving, but that one you want to go ahead and line it up. And again, then you have the cat sitting here, and you've got the Meowy Christmas right here that goes right on the top like that. It's pretty straightforward. Again, the last piece you have here is the base, and what you want to do there, excuse me while I go grab my calipers again just to show you how this works. It's always great to be prepared for a video. So what I would do there is I would stack all of your pieces together, and then I would take your calipers, or you can use your slot sizer tool that I have for free on my website if you need that. And you just take this and you measure all of these layers like this, and I've got 0.598. So then If you make this slot right here 0.598, it's going to be a little loose, but it'll work. If you make it 0.597, that's typically what kerf I like, that gives you a little tighter fit. But you can do just like that, and of course, since these are not glued together, I really can't set it down. But that's all it takes to make that base right there, and that's optional, and I wouldn't glue that in. If you get a nice good fit, it can just sit in there. Now, here's a couple other things. The width from left to right of this slot will cause this to sit down in it further or more shallow. And what I did for the one that I have here at the house is I made this out of thicker material. I made this out of 1/4 inch, and the rest of this is 1/8 inch. You make it out of 1/4 inch, then it does not stick all the way through and does not come down like that. So you can do that out of 1/4 inch, or you can make it out of 2 layers of 1/8 inch, and I think it looks really nice. You got 2 different options there. I think it looks really nice if you make the bottom layer acrylic, clear acrylic, because then you put that on the bottom and then paint this, and it just looks like a really classy base. So that's just another option to do there, and it'll sit on a mantle or anything like that really nicely. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know, but I think you're going to really enjoy making this. And this box is going to work also with a lot of other of the ornaments that I make in this series, so they'll all work here. Let's talk about the box in closing here. The way that this works is there are multiple layers here, and the number of layers you use in the box depends on how many layers there are in your ornament. For example, in here you'll see, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I've got 3 layers of this piece right here, 3 layers. And then on top of that, I've got 2 layers of just this ring right here. And that allows this one right here to sit all the way in there and fit so that the top goes right like that and does not hit the Meowy Christmas. And I can set this piece just in there like that, and the top goes right on. If you're making this for a different layered ornament that I've made, and it has less or fewer layers, you can just omit one of these rings, or you can make it this high and just have a space in there. But you put the number of rings on here that your design needs to fit properly across the top. So this is a little flexible, and you can again add or subtract rings based on what you need. I hope that helps. I would love to see what you guys make with this. I'd love to see how you paint it. And so send me some messages, send me some pictures on Facebook or on my website, and I'd love to see it. If you have any questions, let me know. But once again, as always, I'll see you in the next one. We've got a lot more coming. It's going to be fun.